everyone. Welcome to our webinar. My name is Andrea, and I am the founder of Plenty. And we're so pleased that you are able to join us today, a day, Wednesday at 7 p.m., where you could be doing anything in the world. You decided to be with us. And we're so thankful for that. We really appreciate you taking your time out. So, just a little icebreaker. I like to find out who's on the webinar, who's with us. So, I'm just going to ask if you could just give us a thumbs up. So, if you're in the New York City area, it doesn't matter which borough, give us a thumbs up. Okay. Hmm. All right. Okay. And if you are in the New Jersey area, give us a thumbs up. Okay. All right. Okay. And if you are on the West Coast, give us a thumbs up because we've had people from Japan register for our event. So you never know who's out there. Okay, awesome. All right, well, let's get started. First, I'd like to go into details about what is Plenty. Plenty is a New York City founded uh, on-demand parking solution. What we do is we connect drivers with unused who have un we connect drivers with unused driveways, garages, and parking spots. So what you do is whomever has a parking who has a unused driveway or garage or a parking spot, you can get paid daily, weekly, on a monthly basis just for sharing your space. So today we're just going to go into details about what is Plenty, how you can start making money from your space, even with just a few hours per week, step by step on how to list your space, manage availability, and receive payouts. Also, how much you could earn in a specific neighborhood. Depending on where you live at, it depends on how much you can charge for your space to be able to get acceptable amount of people who would like to reserve and book. And also, the incentives that we have for new hosts, including limited time promotion bonuses and a visibility boost for your particular location. So why does it matter? Why does it matter? I can tell you for a fact. Um, I'm from Brooklyn, always had an issue with finding parking and I used to circle around the block for hours. Well, now I won't say hours, but at least 45 minutes to an hour looking for a parking space. I used to be so infuriated and so frustrated. And also when if anybody from New York City who's on this line knows that the alternate side parking, right? That's something we constantly deal with. And it's so annoying. And to the point that sometimes you might not make it in time and you get that orange ticket, right? And that was something we constantly had that I constantly had an issue. So in my neighborhood, I was like, wow, it'd be really nice if we had an app or solution that people who live in our neighborhood, if they have unused driveways or parking garage or parking spot, it'd be nice if we can, if we can actually park in their location just for a little bit of time until alternate side parking is over, or only on 2 days when parking alternate side parking actually take place, and pay them instead of paying overpriced sometimes parking garages. So that's why we feel it matters because we know that we're not the only ones who feel this frustration. And we know that frustration leads to missed events, late appointments, and double parking. So we did a survey and we realized that a large percent of vehicle owners in the New York City, they have the same, one of the top issues is that they struggle with finding parking and finding affordable parking. And we also did additional research and we found out that 107 hours per year is used searching for parking. And it can also amount of cost and time. It is actually cost you a lot of time, gas, and money. So, and then we also realized that in the city, there's hundreds of thousands of private driveways and garages, and many of them are probably going unused, especially during the hours when people are working or on the weekends, right? So we just felt like this solution will help us plenty be able to bridge that gap, turn it underused space into steady income for residents and small businesses. And this can also help people in the community. They can earn cash with little to no effort. So, how does it work? How does it work? It's very, very simple. It only takes you 5 minutes to sign up. Not even sign up, 5 minutes. You sign up for a free account with Plenty. Then when you go there and you go to the area where you just list your space, once you list your space, once you click on list your space, you will go into the system and you will upload your vehicle. I mean, not your vehicle, excuse me. You will upload a picture of your space. You can upload about 2 to 3 pictures of your space and put information about it, where to locate the location of your space, how much you want to charge, the hours that you want it to be available, and also any additional information as far as amenities that you might have that people are looking for. So it takes less than 5 minutes. And what's so wonderful about Plenty is that you control the availability and the pricing. You can pause it or update it anytime. So just say if you don't want it to be available in the evening times, all you have to do is just pause it and disable it and without shutting down your account. If you wanted to enable it, or you have to go back into the system and enable it. And just say that you work during the evening times and you want your parking space to only be available during the weekend. During the evening times, you can actually set that up with Plenty. We have the flexibility for you to be able to earn income when you're not utilizing your space. And if you're not really comfortable with doing it on your own, you can always give us a call. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. So once you and then after you go ahead and set up your account, you list your spacing on our platform, then whomever, if there's drivers in that area, they'll go and they will search on our platform, search for a location near where they're looking to either do business or where they live or visiting someone, and they'll book the space. Once they book the space, you'll be able to get paid 7 days, or you can withdraw 7 days after the transaction. And the payout can be either direct deposit or check, whichever you prefer. So here we just wanted to give you some examples of how people are, what as far as how much you can make, the potential of what you can earn on your space. So you can see Brooklyn and Regal Park, they are charging at least $375 for parking in those particular areas. So you can actually generate that amount of money. So, and we actually pulled this from the Facebook Marketplace and from neighbors, and we realized that they would actually be able to charge that amount of money as well. But I just say to be mindful, because if you have parking garages that are charging the same amount of money, some people prefer certain different services. For example, somebody will probably prefer that their parking space is indoors and they have valet parking. So those are amenities for some people. Some people want the flexibility to have someone pull out that vehicle for them, call up ahead of time, and they'll be able to actually have their vehicle available on once they arrive. So you want to take all those things into consideration when you're setting your pricing. So, and if you need any assistance, we can help you with that. We can give you guidance on what is the best pricing that you should have based on your location and the demand in your area. So who should join? Everybody. That's my vision, right? But I mean, all jokes aside, who should really join is homeowners. If you have extra space, property managers. If you have space, you might actually have a building that has, 100 parking spaces, but only 45 people in your building have cars, right? So this can be an idea for a property that you're managing. Small business owners, it could be a church, it could be a laundromat, it could be a shopping mall center that has extra space. So anyone who has space that is capable of renting their space out for parking, this applies to you. So today, what we also are offering is incentives for new hosts. So if you decide to list your space, sign up with us, list your space, you will actually receive a $25 bonus for listing your space. And then also what we do, we'll give you extra exposure through our event promotions. So sometimes we are having we do is we there are events that we actually list on our platform that we send out to our hosts and to the vehicle owners to let them know about them because we like to promote business. We like to promote events for small business, small to medium sized businesses. So if there's an event that's actually happening near your parking garage, we will actually promote that there's parking near that event. If you're open to that, you might not want to be involved in that, but if you were open to that, we would definitely push out there, and that would be extra exposure to your space. And then we'll also provide you with a welcoming kit, which will include signage that you can put in your space so people know that you are partnering with Plenty. Any extra tools that you might need, if you wanted to have a digital flyer, if you wanted a flyer that you want to post on your social media, we can help you actually create that. And also support. We're available 24 hours, 7 days a week. And if you need us to help assist you with setting up your space, taking pictures, anything with your signage, anything that involves your space and your partnership with Plenty, will be more than welcome to assist you in those areas. And and then we also have promotion codes. So what we do currently now is that we push out promotion codes for certain parking garages. So if you want to do a promotion, say, well, I want to have, I want to offer $10 off parking, if a park a certain time of the day, we can actually set that up for you. If you wanted to offer, if you wanted to offer parking because of a certain time of the year, we can actually set that up for you as well. And then what we do is we actually partner with local businesses. So, like, just say if there was a medical office that was around the corner from you, right? And they wanted to offer parking promotion, they want to actually offer parking for their customers. What we could do is we can let them know about your space that's near the medical office, and then they can also receive a discount because they will be actually reserving that space because they're going to be actually providing receiving services from the medical office. So, so I'll just stop here to see if anybody has any questions. Okay. And I just wanted to add one more thing about our promotions. What we do is that we have small businesses that we are actually reaching out to. And what we would like to do is offer them a revenue sharing program, which means that if they have any discounts that they want to be able to provide to our customers, what we would do is we would push it. So, like if there was a restaurant that was near your parking space, what they can do, we would push out those promotions and say, hey, this restaurant is giving $10 off a dinner that's $100 and more, right? So if they use that promotion code, they'll be parking at your location, and then they can also use that promotion code, scan it, actually show it to the restaurant and receive $10 off. So it's all about supporting the community. Our community is our ecosystem, right? So that's our main focus. That's our drive. So I'll stop here. And again, this is FAQs. If you have any questions, anything that you need assistance on, please just open up and speak. Okay. So what about insurance? That is one of the biggest questions that we have. And what we say is that we tell all homeowners to always check with your insurance company to see what's covered and what is not covered, to make sure that if you are actually having a car ash on your space, like what exactly coverage that your insurance company will provide for you. And then we also have the vehicle owner to make sure that their vehicles have to be insured, because if there is anything that happens, they want to make sure that they're covered if there's any type of accidents or damage, that they can put a claim in with their insurance company. But you also want to be mindful when you're dealing with when you're dealing with people on your property, if it's a slip or if it's a fall or anything like that, you want to make sure that you have proper insurance so you could be covered if anything happens. So, also, one of the other questions, what happens if the person doesn't show? If the booking has already started and the person hasn't showed, they don't have the flexibility to cancel, and you will actually receive the full amount of money for that booking, unless the customer has told us if there was an emergency or something else happened. Normally, we do have exceptions for those type of situations, but normally, if the person doesn't show and the booking has already begun, they are not allowed to receive a refund. And you will be actually be able to receive the full amount for that booking session. And how do you set your pricing? That was another question that was thrown out to us. And I would say that you can set your pricing with us. We can actually go into the system and set it on our end for you, or you can go into your dashboard, go into the dashboard, and in there you can set your price, and it could be on an hourly, daily, weekly, and on a monthly basis. It's up to you. Okay, so get started today. Visit plenty.com to sign up and list your space. It takes you less than 5 minutes to set it all up. And then also, if you need help, please contact us. We are available. And then once you set it up and you list your space, you'll be able to claim your $25 bonus by signing up today. And then we'll help you every step of the way. Okay, well, that ends our webinar, and we're just so thankful that you decided to spend 30 minutes with us today. And if, like, again, if you have any questions, if you're not sure, if you have any concerns, please contact us. You can email us at support@plenty.com. You can also call us at 718-395-3218 and follow us on Plenty Connect and Instagram, and learn more about us, understand what our mission is and what our goal is and what we're trying to achieve. Again, thank you so much and have a blessed evening.